Be who you're meant to be. Stop shrinking to fit in places you don't belong. The version of you that feels the most alive, that's the version the world needs. You need to be that authentic version of yourself. No matter how loud, how uncomfortable it makes other people feel, no matter how out of the normal, scope of society you are, no matter how bold or whatever it is, you need to be that. You need to be your boldest, most authentic self. And that doesn't mean be loud if you're not a loud person. If you're extroverted, be that. If you're an introverted nerd, be that. But be that. Stop trying to be something you're not. Stop trying to fit in places you don't even belong or even want to be. Stop trying to lie to yourself or lie about being your true self to date somebody or to have a certain friend group or to have a certain job. Go out and do the things you love to do. Go out and be the things you want to explore and see. Stop settling. Stop staying in a hometown you don't want to be in. Stop staying at a job you don't want to be in. Stop going down a career field that you don't even want to be in, studying a major you don't even want to be in. Like, stop trying to fit society's norm or to be a part of, the world is we don't even like. We don't even like the world. We talk about how we hate society, we hate jobs, we hate school, we hate these things, but we still go and do them. Why? Because we think, and we're limiting ourselves to think that that's a necessary part of life. And to an extent, yes. Do you have to make money and pay bills? Yes. But you don't have to be at a job that you hate for 10, 20 years, for 1 year. You don't have to do these things. You don't even have to go to school. Do I have a college degree? Yes. But I study psychology. I don't regret my degree, but if I was to turn 18 years old again, I would definitely highly think about not going to school and just getting in a career field like sales or recruiting or something like that, or starting and trying to operate my own gym or something, like taking that risk and not looking back at age 30, age 40, age 50, age 80, age 90 and thinking, man, I wish I would have just took more chances. I wish I would have just did what my heart was telling me to do and not what school and my teachers and my parents were telling me to do. Because people go and become insurance agents or lawyers or doctors and then they hate it, and they might make good money. They might make 6 figures. They might make $250,000, but they still feel lost. They still feel like, man, I should have pursued my dream to make music, or my dream to play a sport, or my dream to own and operate my own business, or whatever it might be. But it's like we dumb down ourselves, we dumb down our lives, or we choose the politically correct path of, I'm going to go to college, I'm going to go, be a this thing or that thing, versus going after what we want. And that doesn't mean go do dumb stuff. Don't go get addicted to drugs and have an alcohol problem and all that stuff. Because to an extent, you still have to make good, wise decisions, good, sound judgments. But go be yourself. Go take the risk. And if you fail, you still got the rest of your life. Whether you succeed or fail, you still got the rest of your life to live. And I think we believe that we make one mistake and that's it. That we got to call it quits. That's the rest of our lives. Now, if you go do something crazy, can you die? Like skydiving accident, or, you're trying to travel the world and you go somewhere you're not supposed to be? Yes. But wouldn't you still rather have a life well lived, regardless of the length, whether it's 50 years, whether it's 100 years? Because here's the truth. We don't know when our day is going to die. You can live a perfectly safe, stable life, normal job, normal family. You don't take risks. You're always safe. You're always cautious. And you can still die by some random disease, or you can still die in a random accident, or you can still just, develop, anything can happen. You can be in a mass shooting or something. Like, anything can happen that's out of your control because you tried to control things. But so wouldn't you rather have a life where you took those risks, you acted with courage, you were bold, you were unapologetically yourself, and it works out? Maybe it all works out. Maybe you go and get everything that you ever wanted by doing that. And here's the thing, I challenge you. It's not too late. So if you're 40, 50, 60, 70 years old still watching this video, like, you could still have that. And if you're younger than that, you're anything under 40, really, go do it. Go take the risk. You can still start over. I've started over plenty of times. I started over at 30. You can start over at any age. You can be 45 and start over. You can be 50 and start over. You just have to be willing to take the risk and willing to know that you're going to put the work in. Because if you're starting over, there's going to be a lot more work. There's going to be a lot more elbow grease. That's why so many people stay comfortable. It's because the uncomfortableness of what they say they claim to hate doesn't outweigh what it's going to take to restart and start over. But here's the thing. You start over with wisdom. You start over with knowledge still. So even starting over, you can progress quicker. It might still take a year, 2 years, 5 years, but it's not going to take you 20 years again. Like if you're 40 and you're starting over, it's not going to be like you're starting over at age 18 again. It might be like starting over at age 30, age 25, because you have more knowledge and wisdom. With those losses, with that starting over, you have wisdom that comes with that. So I kind of ranted on this one. This one was straight off the dome for real. But this was Consistency Day 219. I challenge you to think different. If you got anything from this, like, share, comment, subscribe, and follow along for the journey. And other than that, I wish you all peace and blessings on the journey.